But I hope that they can find out who did this, because this is horrible.
The aunt of one of the victims of last night's shootings can't hold back the tears. Her 23-year-old nephew shot and killed along with a 22-year-old woman. Their bodies were found here at the Maplewood Terrace Apartments on General Street in Providence about 10:30 last night.
Oh, he's a good kid, wonderful kid. He worked 2 jobs. That never bothered anybody. He was loved by everybody.
His aunt didn't want to give her nephew's full name, just telling ABC6 his name was Damien. Neighbors say Damien was visiting a female friend when Damien, and her boyfriend were murdered with children in the house.
Oh, they need to do something with these guns.
Richard Ambers lived next door to the female victim and her 2 children for 4 years. He talked about how nice and kind she was and how she loved her children.
She was a generous person. She had a big heart, and she loved life. She was going to medical school. And the only thing that I will remember about her is she had a soft voice, and she would be willing to give to anybody.
Thank you.
Protesters out in front of the St. Francis Xavier Church in Acushnet, getting support from drivers passing by. They're disturbed by this sign that was posted by the church. It reads, "Two men are friends, not spouses."
It was upsetting. I understand the Catholic Church's views. We all know what they believe in and what they don't believe in, but I don't feel that it was appropriate.
As a married man of 5 years to another man, I'm outraged that we live in a state where marriage is as equal for anyone, and a church chooses to speak out on that issue.
Kim Miska has lived in Acushnet all of her life. She can't understand why the church would put up a sign that she says is not only offensive to the gay community, but to her family and others.
I think they were thinking about the citizens that live in this town and the surrounding towns, and the reaction that it was going to have.
The sign caused so much outrage that some people posted their own signs. Some of them we can't show you on television. Monsignor Gerard O'Connor says he doesn't mind stating the church's position on gay marriage. He did not expect this kind of response.
Really, which is a statement about the church's position on same-sex marriage. And we didn't think it was anything offensive or provocative, but since then we've had a lot of response from not just the local community, but from people all over the country.
The church changed the sign, saying they weren't bowing to any pressure. They've always changed it every 24 hours. The words may be gone, but the folks I talked to say that's not enough. They want an apology. In Acushnet, John Geis, ABC6 News. The sign on the window says it all.
It made me feel a little devastated. I'm used to coming here every morning with my wife, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that.
A Fall River landmark closes its doors. Al Max Diner is no longer open for business. The diner's been serving up pancakes, cheesecake, and home-style meals since 1910.
I feel awful. I feel terrible. I've been here 23 and a half years.
Roman Gauthier sadly looks at the last paychecks he must pass out to 33 employees. He realizes he's closing down a favorite restaurant in the community that has seen Ted Kennedy, Governor Deval Patrick, even native son Emeril Lagasse come through its doors. He says the iconic restaurant is another economic casualty.
My business is like my family. It's like my extended family. It always has been. Closing the business is the reality of this economy.
There have been many customers over the years to sit down right here and order food. I talked to one man who had been coming here for 45 years.
It was a place where you could come and get a very reasonably priced meal, and you could probably come in and find a good crowd for supper 7 days a week, and it's pretty sad that it's happened. Norm looks over his business for one of the last times. He's hoping someone will purchase Al Max and keep the 102-year-old tradition of good food and sweet memories going. In Fall River, John Geis, ABC6 News. If you travel on I-195, you need to slow down. The Massachusetts State Police trying to bring the accident rate on I-195 down.
The stretch of roadway in Sector 1 over the past 3 years is one of the highest in the state for motor vehicle crashes.
Police say accidents happen at a high rate from the Rhode Island state line to the Braga Bridge and from the Braga Bridge to the Fairhaven Town line. The numbers support their claim. There were 1,265 crashes in 2007 and 1,245 crashes in 2008. And in the first 3 months of 2009, there have been 4 fatal accidents on Route 195. A lot of accidents, but could some of them have been prevented?
With all the problems you've had on 195, why has it taken so long to act?
Well, we've actually acted prior to this in the past 2 or 3 years, looking at these statistics, and it has reduced it somewhat, but not as much as we want.
ABC6 went for a ride with the state policeman, and they immediately went to work saying the #1 solution to stop fatal accidents is to stop people from speeding. State Patrolman Michael Mishno didn't have any trouble catching a driver going too fast.
Did write you a citation for the speeding. State police say that they can't get the accident rate down by themselves. They need a lot of help from citizens willing to use their cell phones.
The public has a large role in this too. We get a lot of calls, so it's actually a good thing.
The state police say if everyone would slow down, it could possibly save lives. In Dartmouth, John Geis, ABC6 News. It's the buzz around the URI campus.
I just haven't been going out at night. I've been staying in my apartment.
And there's a reason students are afraid. Police say this man, caught here on campus surveillance cameras, has been groping female students.
I think it's twisted and just extremely inappropriate.
A lot of the students knew about the gropings, others just hearing bits and pieces.
I've heard a little bit about it, that he's going around and touching girls inappropriately.
Police say this guy may have groped as many as 7 women.
Now, you would think that with all the information that's out about this guy, he's in the campus newspaper, he's on student cell phones, that it would be easy to catch him. Campus police say it's not that easy.
We couldn't find anybody that had an idea of who this person might be. It's very frustrating to know who committed it. The difficult part is identifying that person.
The suspect is described as being in his late 20s to mid-30s. And it's not just the women who are on the lookout. The guys are on high alert, too.
If I see him and I'm in a position where I can either contact someone, like campus police, or hit a blue light or anything, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm not going to sit there and wait for someone else to do it because someone needs to take care of this.
If you've seen this guy, give the South Kingstown Police a call at 401-783-3321. In Kingston, John Geis, ABC6 News.